As we close out 2024 and look forward to beginning the new year 2025, it's often a great time to reflect back on the previous year and just, first and foremost, have a lot of gratitude for many, many blessings. I know we all share the same thing. Yes, life can be tough. Life can be challenging. There can be setbacks. There can be losses. There can be tragedies. It goes along with life. But at the same time, I look back and say, what are the things I'm most grateful for? What are the blessings that I've had in life? And I'd say number one for me is just friendships. I have an amazing team that I get to work with. Each and every day is a wonderful day that I look forward to. Yes, there's challenges and things to look forward to on the books and the schedule, but there are always people that I enjoy working with. I mean, almost always, right? There's always some things that we have to deal with that aren't necessarily fun, but surrounding myself with great people, just by the fact that I'm blessed to be in that position, has been a wonderful thing for me in my life. The clients that I get to work with are just tremendous people in their own right, hardworking, full of integrity, passion for life, and just seeking their dreams and their freedoms. We're all on the same path. No one's got it all figured out. But I just found that being able to journey with other people that are along the same path is really a great thing in life. And I think if you're not there, continue to search and seek. Don't live in a hole or put your head in the sand. There's people you can do this journey with and celebrate both the wins, but also have people around you that can help support you in your efforts to make changes or transformations in your life that maybe you've been waiting for far too long. I would also say that in this past year, my connection in this podcast with the many, many people I've had the opportunity to have conversations with, to interview. Certainly I do it on behalf of my listeners, you, who I'm very grateful for. And I'm glad that you plug in. I've heard many people say that some of the conversations have been just really life-changing for you and just prompted you to look to new avenues and do things. And for that, I'm really, really grateful to hear that. The people I get to connect with, I learn something as well, as you might guess, every time. It gives me a chance to connect with people from all different walks of life and experiences. Some are famous and some are not. It doesn't make any difference. There's always something within each person I interview or have conversations with that gives me something back. And I just try to do the best I can to share that with you. So it's been a great year with the podcast, and I look forward to 2025. Much more to look forward to. And here's a sampling of what I see coming forth in the next 12 months. And what I will be sharing are really the provocations I have in my own life, what I struggle with, what I seek, and also the experiences I have with my own members and Freedom Founders and what they're searching for. This is like my laboratory, my own personal laboratory, where I get to look at my own life, but also other people's lives and just say, what's challenging us? What information would be helpful to us? What do we need to strive for? Obviously, I'll always be giving updates on the economy and the real estate and alternative markets. That's a place that I have a lot of focus, and I'll be bringing the best of the best from my readings, my learnings, and also people I think really have a lot of insight in these areas. I'll be talking about best practices and opportunities for us to undergo our own mindset shifts in our own personal growth and business growth. I've found in my own life that mindset, how we think, is so important in terms of what we actually do, the action steps we take. If we think a certain way, or if we believe certain things aren't possible, if we live with certain self-limiting beliefs, then nothing ever seems to happen, or not much happens, let me put it that way. Changing the way we think and knowing what's possible because other people have done it is really what gives me the courage to take steps forward that maybe I haven't in the past. I'll be bringing forward more on the principles of advocating for our own personal investments. I believe that taking control, to the extent that we can, is going to be more important going into the future than in the past. The era of passive investing, which has a place, saving money and putting it in certain kinds of index funds and letting it set and, quote, grow, has been a pathway for most. It produces certain results. I believe that those results are going to be greatly muted in the future, and that more active involvement is going to be the necessity to allow people to really strive and gain the financial freedom that they're looking for. Looking to focus on the business practices and business involvement in our own life experiences. How can we prioritize what's important to us? Not living a life of martyrdom where we feel like, well, I have to do things a certain way for X period of time, and then eventually I'll live my life the way I dream I could do it. I think that's putting off to that mystical someday that for most people never happens. And again, this would have happened in my own life had I not had the wake-up call that I had many years ago. where I was doing life a certain way and living my business and my practice a certain way, but giving up the time that I really wanted with my family. There's a way to buy back time, and there's always going to be a focus from my standpoint on how we can do that, to buy back time, not in the future, but today. How can we have more time today, more time to focus on the things that we feel like are important, and realize that these moments that we're missing aren't going to come back. We can't get more time in the future, but we can have more time today if we're just focused on how to do that. Each year, I have hosted a couple of what I've called catalyst groups. That's an online virtual training, a course on the blueprint frameworks that I teach to my Freedom Founders members. It's been really a lot of fun, and we keep the size of the group small enough that I can have individual conversations and back and forth with the participants who have joined me in the past. They've been very, very powerful, and I look forward to doing a couple more this next year. The first one will be coming up actually in the first part of the new year in January. If you'd like to engage with me on a more personal basis, we get to know each other. You get to bring some of your thoughts, your challenges, what you've tried, what you're thinking about in the world of investing, business transition, marketing, sales. I've done a lot. I've invested a lot of time into these concepts, and I love to have the conversations on a more personal basis. Right now, I'm speaking to you asynchronously. That's one way for me to communicate, but I love to get the feedback. So if you'd like to join the Catalyst Group in 2025, now's the time. Now's the time to jump in. You don't have to travel. I make it easy. I really care about your time. So I provide short snippet training modules, and then each week we jump on a Zoom call where we have live back and forth. Small group, as I said, it's a lot of fun. To learn more about it, you can go to freedomfounders.com/catalyst group. That's freedomfounders.com/catalyst group. Love to have you join. I make it risk-free, so there should be no reason other than you just don't think you have time. If you don't have time now, you'll never have time in the future. So I say, make what you want in life a priority. Get the information, get the stimulation, the motivation that you need to make things happen in the new year. We published a couple of new books this year. The first one was How Much Is Enough? And the second one, Building Your Financial Arc. These books, again, are written to provide some very succinct concepts that I found very important in my life and in my work with my Freedom Founders members. Great way for you to start the year and build up some additional investment acumen and create your blueprint to freedom sooner, not later. You can go to freedomfounders.com/books. That's freedomfounders.com/books to get free copies of all my books. You can buy them on Amazon, but you can get free books by going to the previous website. As always, my team has several slots per week available to discuss how we may be able to best help you reach your financial freedom goals and beyond through Freedom Founders community. If you'd like to jump on a call, again, there's no risk at all. We don't do high pressure sales. We do discovery calls to see where you are. And if we can't help you now, we'll certainly try to direct you in a place that would be best for you. You can go to freedomfounders.com/discover. That's freedomfounders.com/discover and schedule your call today. While it's certainly clear that beyond our personal lives, the world, our country, is going through some massive change right now. Some people think the change is good. Some people probably don't like the change. But I think change is always going to be around us, always around us. And even though there's been a lot of strife, there's a lot of angst, there's a lot of problems in this world, there's always going to be problems. As I said, I'm grateful and blessed to have the life that I've been able to live, not without the challenges. But I'm also inspired and looking forward to what comes up in 2025. I think change, in some respect, is always something we need to look forward to, even though we don't know what exactly is coming. That's part of life. And so being prepared, having the right mindset, the right beliefs, the right people around us, I believe is the most important. Whatever your faith may be, I put a great deal of my countenance in my faith. And again, the people I get to serve with in different respects try to bring the best out of me, even during those dark times when maybe things in life are not going well. Don't live in fear. Live in a prosperous mindset. Abundance is what we should seek in life, and to share that abundance with other people. I'm on that forefront, and wherever you are in your life, I hope that you're there too. Find the best in life. Make that choice, because it is a choice. Find the right people that you can do life with, and whatever you're going through, the good, the bad, or the ugly, it's never the end until God decides to take us home. I love you all. Thanks for being a part of my life and being a part of the podcast. Please stay in touch and give us feedback on anything that we could do to better help you. with your plans, your challenges, and towards your freedom goals. I'll see you in 2025.